Hey Subfuries, and welcome back to a series that I admit I have not done another episode of in far too long. It's where I play Rise of Berk, and we just chat about anything at all that we like. It's kind of more casual because, you know, the second channel is for me to talk about anything you guys want to talk about. If you want to get to know me and not necessarily go through theories and explanations, that sort of stuff. So I do realize that last time I played, I was not very good at it. Thank you so much to all of you who gave me some advice on how to play. So I did take kind of a couple of hours today to really familiarize myself a bit more with, you know, how the game works. So as you can see, my Berk island is a lot better. I've got some dragons. I've actually got a meatlug. I've got another common gronkle, monstrous nightmare, and a couple of other dragons. Let's just have a look at what Toothless has brought back for me for the moment. And thank you for telling me not to use my runes, because I think I would have been using them to speed up stuff. So I've been trying to upgrade all my my fishing piles and wood piles so that I can actually send off multiple dragons. I can send off 2 to go and get wood, or is it? No, 2 to go and get fish at the moment, and I'm working on getting towards 1,400 fish. So let's just send you and you off, because I want to be able to send Meatlug, of course, to go and get some wood. But you guys aren't just here to listen to me talk about Rise of Berk. You'll watch me play, but today we're talking about a question that one of you guys had for me in my last video. I asked you to leave some comments down below about what you wanted me to talk about. And so this question is from 4ZA4S, who asked about motivation for writing. They asked that they're often told that they're good at writing, but they never know how to, you know, actually sit down and write a book or a story or anything like that. And I know that some of you guys like writing fan fictions and books and stuff like that. You've sent me some of them, and they're really cool to read, and I really encourage you guys to write. So I was just going to talk kind of about about how I kind of bring myself to try and keep writing. Okay, so I need some more wood to upgrade that, but hang on, let's have a look at my quizzes. My house is getting a bit too small. Gronk. I'm glad you agreed. That's a terrible fish legs impression. Oh, okay. I need 700 wood. I need fish, but I also need wood. Hang on, let's send you off to go and find some wood, because you're not letting me buy the wood yet, are you? So, as you guys, if you've been watching me for a long time, you'll know that I am, or at least I like to write. I enjoy writing. I feel like it's a bit pretentious to, you know, call myself, oh, there we go, call myself an author. Yeah, but I have written books. I've put them online. 55,000 reads on Letters to St. Jerome, and thank you to those of you who have gone to follow me on Wattpad. And I've written one called Little Village East of Here. I've written another one, which I don't really have a title yet, last summer. But generally speaking, I've written a book most summers for the last few years. Okay, hang on. Let's just... What exactly do I need to do? Upgrade the academy to level 2. Okay, so that's my priority for the moment. And to do that, I need 600 wood, which is what I'm still doing. Yeah, okay, just keep on doing that. I've also written a fantasy series, or am writing a fantasy series. I'm trying to work on that a bit more now that university's over, so that you guys can read that eventually. And, you know, thank you guys for supporting me so far. So, in terms of motivation, I suppose... Oh, probably should resend. I don't really need to go and find any eggs just for the moment. So, should I upgrade my wood for... Oh no, hang on, that's fish, and that's for wood. Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm sort of like chugging towards both of these. I want to get enough wood to train up Meatlug, and I need to get enough fish to upgrade this so I can send off more people to find wood. And then once I've got Meatlug, because Meatlug, she can collect, you know, 7.5 per hour. So that's like, you know, 5 times better than the common Gronkle. So I've been very fortunate, and I think it's important for me to realize that, like, the books that I've written, I haven't just been able to do because I'm naturally good at being focused and motivated. I've grown up in a family where I've had, you know, parents and a family to support me in that kind of pursuit. They really do want me to pursue my dreams, and they've told me to, and they've helped me to. And, you know, so part of the reason is that over these summers, I haven't gone and gotten full-time jobs. I've actually been able to set aside time and write for, you know, 8 hours a day. Okay, let's have a look at what Toothless has got. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh. Let's have a hatch. Let's have a little hatch. Ah, should I speed it up? Should I speed it up? Tell me, guys, should I speed it up? Lightning quick. Oh, it's only one. All right, I'm gonna do it. Hatchety, hatchety. Oh, look at you. I'm gonna name you Harold. I'll get rid of the trees another time. I have cleared some of the trees, but I haven't bothered. I'm not gonna use any fish on you just yet, because I want to upgrade this. So yeah, I've been very fortunate to live in a family where I've had those opportunities. It comes a lot down to passion for me. I have found it very difficult to write about, to sit down and actually write and, you know, get through a novel when I haven't felt I have had something to say. When I've just kind of sat down to try and write, and I didn't know where I was going, and I didn't kind of feel like I was writing about something that was important to me. That was very difficult, and that is particularly difficult at the start of a novel. You know, that is particularly difficult when you're writing the first few chapters. Like, the first few chapters are just the most impossible parts of a story you can have. That I've found that's the case for me, and I can't speak for all writers, and don't take me as necessarily some kind of authority on the subject. Send you off again. It's always been very difficult for me to write the beginning of stories, because at the very beginning there's so much ahead of you. The world that you want to create is so, you know, there's nothing there. You have to start from scratch, and it's hard to kind of feel like any of it is good. I've often found, you know, like, you write the first chapter and you just think it's terrible, and you realize that you try and rewrite it again, and you rewrite it again, and because you can't get past that first chapter, you can't get to a point where you feel like, oh yeah, no, I'm happy with this. It often feels like you're going nowhere, and it's really hard to kind of keep going. So if that's what you're feeling that you get, then I do understand that. Oh, should I give you some fish? No. You can go over there. I need my fish. Oh, Toothless is back. In terms of motivation for writing, the more I have written, the easier it has become to write. So, in the novels that I've written over these summers, you know, like, it's been very difficult to start, but once I'm actually into it, once you just push past those first few chapters, like, you just write them, and in your head, you know, they feel good, but on paper sometimes they don't, and you just write them, get them done, move on to the next chapter. Don't worry about making those first chapters perfect, and just focus on writing something. And it's a lot easier to stay motivated when you have kind of part of a story. So it's really those first parts that I do understand are really, really hard to push past and you know, keep on writing. You know, you'll hear the advice, oh, well, you know, if you're struggling with motivation, well, just write. You know, just keep going. And I do understand that's hard to hear, because it's like, well, I don't know how to keep going. But I guess for me it is at least partially true. And I suppose making sure that you have an idea of where you're going is also really important, or at least it is for me. When it comes to writing, some people can just sit down and write and not know where their story is going to end up. Like, they don't know kind of what ending they're going for even. And I personally don't understand. Oh, I've got enough to upgrade the... Oh, okay, hang on. Do I have enough fish? Oh. Yes! I do. Okay. let's upgrade that. Okay, I'm just gonna speed this up. Oh, look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. Oh, yeah. Still need to get enough wood for that. Sending you off to go get some more wood. I mean, Ernest Hemingway said the first draft of anything is rubbish. And that's absolutely true. You're gonna write something for the first time, and you'll think it's okay, and then you'll go back and you'll absolutely hate it, and that's alright. I suppose when it to put it simply, when it comes to motivation for, I'll just upgrade you. Yeah, there we go. When it comes to motivation for your stories, have an idea in mind about where you're going. You don't have to detail it out and detail about, you know, the exact plan of the story. A lot of people do, and if you like doing that, then that's totally okay. That'll work for you, and it works for a lot of other people. But I would advise that part of motivation is knowing where you're going. You've got to have a goal to get motivated towards, and sometimes just thinking, I want to write, I want to finish a book, isn't enough. Have an idea of where your story is going to end up, how your character is going to change, how your main character is going to be at the end of the story. You don't have to have it in detail, but you do have an idea of I'm working towards this. At least that's kind of how it works for me. You know, if that might work for you, it may not work for you. So I guess that would be my answer as to how to stay motivated when you're writing. Number one, the first few chapters are always going to be really, really hard because it feels like you're not getting anywhere often. Second of all, it's okay that they're going to be crap. All first drafts are absolutely terrible. And then lastly, have an idea about where your story is going to end up. Once you know where you want to be, it's a lot easier to get there. But I suppose that's my answer for this video, and I would love for you guys to leave more questions for me about writing, about my life, about just any questions about life in general. I want to talk about all this stuff with you guys, and I want to get to know you, and I want you guys to get to know me. I think we might have to leave this chapter of Let's Talk of Rise of Berk here for today. It's also got a Halloween theme, which I quite like. I kind of wish it was always like this, to be perfectly honest. So, what have we done today? We've upgraded my hangar. We've upgraded the fighting facility. We've upgraded our lumber mill. Lumber mill. I've been playing too much Age of Empires. We've sent Toothless off and stuff, and I've showed you that I actually know how to play the game now. I'm not absolutely terrible. Thank you for everyone for your advice. Let me know down below any questions you have for me about anything at all. Doesn't worry me. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Stay nerdy, Subfuries. I'll see you in the future.